But let's see what's happening in Rivers State. Yesterday, we saw a number of persons defect to the APC from the PDP, and that is where we will begin. Now, the Rivers State House of Assembly is in the news again, as on Monday, 27 out of 32 PDP lawmakers dumped the party and received a rousing welcome into the APC in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. This was the moment they announced their defection. All right. The lawmakers said they left the People's Democratic Party because of the crisis, which has continued to define the lack of cohesion. The APC and PDP have reacted to this development.
It's about checks. So now if you have, now that the 27 members have defected to the All Progressive Congress, it's going to be a check on the government.
I'm not surprised. That is why the electorate in Rivers State in various constituencies have commenced the process of recalling those erring lawmakers who have turned democracy to an abuse of privileges.
Our correspondent, Uche Okoro, has more about the story and the reactions.
Hope for reconciliation between the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and the minister of FCT, Wike, may have been dashed with the defection of these lawmakers. Their decision to leave the PDP indicates that lawmakers may still be on course with plots to impeach the governor. Via letters written individually by the lawmakers, they officially declared for the APC during plenary at the House of Assembly complex in Port Harcourt. They cited leadership tussle in the PDP as one of the reasons for their defection.
I write to bring to your attention my decision to leave the People's Democratic Party PDP. This decision to leave the PDP is necessitated by the division in the People's Democratic Party, of which I was elected to this House. In particular, the tussle around who the National Secretary of the PDP is has now sharply divided the party and made it unclear as to who is the National Secretary of the party, thereby making it difficult for me to chart an appropriate communication channel.
During the plenary, the lawmakers accused the governor of shielding the suspects in the burning of the assembly complex and withholding of funds for the running of the legislature.
You cannot be a chief security officer of a state and the hallowed chamber of the Rivers State House of Assembly, where you, as a sitting governor, will present all the requests that you need to function, is attacked. For how many months? For how many days? And you are still seated comfortably.
The governor who is supposed to be the one to uphold the law is the one who is not disobeying the law. Withholding funds meant for an arm of government while he's living lavishly and conducting his own affairs lavishly with state funds. This is sad. I think this is the first time that funds meant for the legislature will be withheld.
The lawmakers threatened to decline future requests by the governor for approval of funds pending his compliance with their resolutions.
Rivers State Local Government Amendment Bill.
The Local Government Amendment Bill seeking to stop the appointment of caretaker committees for the councils scaled second reading. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
There have been several more reactions to this development. The PDP has asked INEC to invoke Section 109, subsection 1G of the 1999 Constitution as amended. G being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another political party before the expiration of the period for which that House was elected. provided that his membership of the latter political party is not as a result of a division in the political party of which he was previously a member, or of a merger of two or more political parties or factions by one of which he was previously sponsored. All right, there's so much going on in Rivers State as it is. There's been accusing fingers being pointed towards former governor, the now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, saying that these are his actions, talking about the hands of the hands of Jacob and the voice of Esau situation happening as it is. He has not reacted with regards to this, but because of what happened some weeks ago, where there was a rift and the State Assembly complex was burnt, a lot of persons felt that, oh, perhaps this is a new dimension to that matter that had already begun even before the State Assembly complex was burnt down.
Yeah, so, everything started in October, and then we felt that since the president intervention, that's the last we'll hear about it. But we both said at that time that we know that it's going to be a season film, so it's just everyone to sit down. It's everyone to sit down and grab their popcorn to to watch what is happening in River State. But then it's a familiar terrain. It's something that it's not the first time that it's happening. We know that Governor Wike, when he became governor, he fell out with his own godfather, predecessor, at the time, and now we're seeing the same thing, somewhat happening between himself and the incumbent governor of Fubara. But then it's one issue that both parties really need to come together and decide exactly what they want to do, because this is the people of Rivers State at the center of the entirety of this whole situation. If the lawmakers that are leaving Rivers State, not leaving Rivers State, leaving their hitherto PDP party, the PDP to APC, defecting to the new party, it shows that probably they don't understand the Constitution. We just read out, that section of the Constitution, section 109, subsection 1G of the 1999 Constitution. You have to show clearly that your party is factionalized, not just talking about factionalization within the state, but it has to be on the national level.
Have we ever stuck with that section of the Constitution? We have seen people cross-carpeting here and there.
That's right, but then it was, I think in 2020, that the Supreme Court actually ruled on it. It has to be that, at the national level, the party is factionalized at the national level, not just even talking about your own state. So they actually play with fire, I would say. That's my own opinion. They're playing with fire because we've been having, conflicting orders from the same court of competent jurisdictions, they saying that it is a Amawole faction that is, that should carry on the business of legislature, and the Here faction, so there have been injunctions, counter injunctions, within the state and even without. So it's very important for them to understand the rule of law, because that is what the president is saying. Others are already calling on the president to weigh in on this matter, so that it does not, so that is part of the 8-point agenda for the president, saying that the rule of law has to be elevated. So this is a time that they're expecting that the president should wade into the matter. So it's all politics, but it's not really it's good optics for Governor Nyesom Wike, but not really good.
Former Governor Nyesom Wike.
Former Governor Nyesom Wike, I should say, but not really good for the people of Rivers State, because we want peace at the end of the day. We don't want people.
I am wondering how it's good optics for the FCT minister as it is. Like I mentioned earlier, he has not spoken. He has not said anything. He's not.
Well, he danced on Sunday or Saturday or something.
He danced on Saturday. Okay, so we heard a baby cry. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
okay.
You can just connect the dots.
The issue is, I cannot connect the dots because I'm trying to understand this.
Right,
he's not a member of the APC.
That's right.
He's working for the APC government. Yes, he played a role. There are those who might be saying, oh, these are permutations ahead of 2027 and all of that. But so many things can, play out in a day. So we cannot start making certain calculations now. Right. Let him speak. Then we know that he is the one. But my major concern, like you pointed out, is the people of Rivers State. Right. They're benefiting from the dividends of democracy. This is why these people are there, to represent them, to represent their interest. So if you are saying the interest of the party supersedes that of the people you represent, because that is what I am reading from these decisions by these lawmakers who said it's because of so many things going on within their party and all of that, and also their grounds with the government. What were the lines of communication between you and the government, the governor himself? Are you taking into cognizance how much impact this will have on the people you represent and their interest as it is? You know, these are the issues that a majority of young Nigerians see, and they begin to have certain mindsets with regards to how we run our democracy in this part of the world. This is why some of them will tell you, what is the essence of me going to vote? When this a person can decide to cross carpet to another party that I do not vote them under or vote them in. At the time. These are the issues. If we are not taking the people to heart, I'm wondering if they had conversations with their people before they made this decision. What really is happening? Yes, this is me just speaking.
That's right.
As a person. I am not in their shoes, so I don't know where it pinches in particular. So I think that as representatives of the people, when you want to make certain decisions, you should speak with them. Let them understand what it is that is going on and why you are making these changes. We did not hear that happened, right? If that happened, I believe our reporter would have told us, Uchoko would have told us, oh, these issues, there were conversations that had gone on. We just woke up, or we just saw this happened all of a sudden. I'm not necessarily pointing fingers at Nyesom Wike.
That's right.
I don't want to do that until he has spoken to say that I am involved. Then I can now say, oh, what really is his interest? Right,
the dots are actually there to connect, and still no one can, categorically say that Governor Wike's hands, is there, or his voice is actually showing, talking about the Jacob and Esau narrative. But the thing there is that the lawmakers are saying that the governor, Fubara, is, withholding funds, is not really, administering the state the way it should be. We have the legislature, we have the judiciary, we have the executive. The fact that the executive, allocates these funds doesn't mean that it has the right over the fund, the patrimony of the state. It all has to be adjudicated. River State case is so dicey that you have to be very careful talking about it. So everything, the lawmakers should ensure that, because if what they have done is not backed constitutionally, then whatever actions they take afterwards might be rendered null and void, and they have to be very careful so that the
PDP has said they should declare that it's vacant and that INEC should conduct another election to occupy those vacant
At the end of the
seats.
day, they will go back to courts. To the courts, just to
challenge all of that.
Yeah.
So, well, it's going to be an interesting one in the coming days with regards to how these matters are resolved at the end of the day. I just hope that the people are put into consideration as they make all of the challenges that they will make in court or decisions that they will take in the coming days.